This video is going to be about the cQ-Elder's auto envelope. This is the indicator right here. This is a confirmation indicator. It's the same indicator as this one used here. Or this is the name of it, this Elder's auto envelopes 2.2. It's out there, so it's easy to find. And all I did is I added a few parameters to help get rid of some of this sideways action as far as for confirmation. So the first one, it has this minimum distance ATR period and multiplier. And what this actually does is if this distance right here gets below whatever you have set here, then it will go gray. So we'll put this, we'll start it at 0.5. So you can see these areas are now gray just because they're under that amount. I still have these other, we have this one and this one and this one to go. So I'm going to turn this off just so you can see what the others do. Okay, so now they're all either orange or blue, up or down. The next one is must close outside the envelope. And the envelope are these lines here. In the original, this envelope deviation is 2.7. I think it was being used possible exit point. I'm not sure. I'm going to use it for a entry level. So I moved it down to 1.2. And we'll see what, must close outside, put that to true. Okay, now you can see there's grays in here because the close didn't close outside of either above or below these bands. And you can narrow the bands or you can make them wider. However, but you can see like right there, that works. So that's what that one does. So I'm going to set this back to false. Close it again. And the next one is histogram must agree with trend. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but there's 5 and a 14. You can see the 5 right there. And then the 14 is this longer one. Leave this on. Because you can see with this variable enable or set to true, show second color on trend on the slow moving average. So this is the slow moving average. See how it's kind of a red color for going down, brighter blue for going up. And I can make this, gets too wide, it kind of blocks things. So that's the trend, okay? That's what this histogram must agree with trend. Well, let's put this to true so you can see. Since the trend is up here and this candle, a trend is down, it goes gray, okay? As this candle here, same thing. The trend, it goes up, this candle goes gray. Okay, so that's what that does. On certain settings, you'll see it a lot more. So anyway, I'll set this back to false. And then this histogram must be increasing, meaning this histogram, see how these are increasing here? And then they start to decrease, like right in here is probably decreasing, and which this will show you. If you set this to true, see, these are probably better places to enter than here. This histogram is shorter than this histogram, okay, and so forth. This one's shorter than that and that. So this one obviously is longer. So anyway, that's the idea for that. And this is what it is in its normal setting. Put this to like 0.25. I'll just turn them all on and you can see what it does. For example, you can find the setting using this indicator, or I find it's easier to see it like this. And then if you have this no parameters version on there, you can do like this. As it lines up, these are all the same. Let me put a line on here. Hopefully you can see that. But if you follow it, they all line up. And then you can still leave this on here, and you can go down here and just turn this, set that to 0, or default, yes, meaning disable this indicator, the main chart indicator. If you want to save these parameters, you can change this file name. I would change that to something that makes sense to you. And at the same time, I would save a parameters file, just so you had a backup in case this got overwritten. If you save this to test 1, and let's make this 20, 34. This one is still the default. It's saved to a default file. Now if we set this to test 1, now you get this. So that's what this is useful for. You can also use the no parameters version for just passing the name of this file when you're using a expert advisor. And anything else. It has as a part of the code, let's see, this right here, this is the original. This isn't the one that you're actually using, but that's usually a week. And what it does is it uses that for calculating this bar shift. It's this period, it's this period. Well, it's really a time frame. Anyway, what I did is I just said use the next higher time frame. So if you're on the 5-minute, it's going to use the 15-minute. Or you can just select one. If you want it to be the normal one, you can put it on the week, and you can just use a different time frame. However, I found when you got down to using this minimum distance, if you have it set too high, it doesn't work very well. So you can experiment with that. This is pretty much it. So that's this indicator.